just okay. I'm late again to streaming. And I feel so bad. I normally try to be here like on time. Guess who's not on time today? Me. What a life. What a life. So exciting. But yeah, I've been busy today. My doggo has a pop cyst, which is really gross. I know you probably don't want to hear about that or know anything about it, so I'm not going to dive super deep into it, also because it's gross and I don't want to talk about it. And I had to take her a shower, like give her a little shower, I guess, and then a vet time. So Andrew's going to be gone. We'll see how it goes. I hope that she's okay. I think she'll be okay. I mean, as long as it doesn't get affected, which, if it does, I'm just gonna sit there and be like, yeah, nice, just panic. It's okay. Panic at the Disco Lamau. But yeah, I don't know. I've been like getting stuff done on my to-do list or whatever, and it's been kind of frustrating because I've been so overwhelmed. Because every time I go to get stuff done, it's like something just comes and like throws a wrench in the works, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah. Yeah. And then I live. I'm just being a little whiny bitch right now. It's not that serious. Once I get everything done, I'll feel a lot more satisfied. There hasn't really been like a lot happening, honestly. And I've just been boring. I work today and then I work tomorrow. Little updates somehow. Little updates. I don't know. I'm crazy. Only a little bit though. I feel like it's kind of normal. Let's see. Oh shoot. I keep there's like a little add-on thing that I need to delete. And I keep forgetting how to. So one day I will. I swear. I swear. I'll get rid of that little additional thing. Saturday workday? Kind of, yeah. Well, I mean, I'll be here. I have a research project thing that I'll be doing tomorrow morning. Museum thing. Then I'm gonna be back here for stream, and then after stream, I have another work thing I gotta do. So tomorrow's gonna be filled. I'm probably gonna be up pretty late tonight doing homework, but I'm still gonna get my workout in. Because I'm crazy. Oh, it makes me in here. She's been so sweet today. But yeah, I've just been like crazy busy. But technically, I should be here. I might have to leave a bit early though, or I'm gonna start streaming earlier. So one or the other. One or the other. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But hi, George. Mark says, I'm jelly. I want to do my workout, but I've been so lazy this summer. Yo, I've been like, it's not that I've been lazy, because like that's the wrong word for it. I'm so productive. I get everything done when I need to. Knock on wood. But yeah, I've just been kind of frustrated because the gym that I want to go to is having problems, so they're just not like, how do I say it? They're just not like opening in time for me to do it. I have to go like really early in the morning. Like if I want to start going to the gym, because I've been conditioning for it for like a while now, so I can, I'm not like wasting my money trying to go like lift weights for no reason. So since I'm gonna get back into lifting and stuff, I have to go there really early in the morning. And I don't know. We're gonna see how it goes. I have a couple of gyms that I might participate in, but we'll see. We'll see. I know, and you guys are like, ew, she goes to the gym, gross. If I don't get my energy out, I can't focus and I go crazy. Mark says, and next week my sister's moving, so I can't go to the gym on Monday vibes, which means in my head the whole week's fucked. Yes, exactly. Same, same. Like, if I have to have like a staggered workout routine, otherwise I'm messed up. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna dive super deep into it, but I have like a whole routine and it's not based off of like on Monday I do this, Tuesday I do that, because I feel like that's not super good for your body, or at least it's not good for my body. So I have like a mix of a lot of stuff that I do. Yeah, I have an actual 5-day routine and it must be kept all week. That's why I can't do it. So like I have alternate routines because I'm very routine focused, and if I stray away from that, I start losing my fucking mind. Like I literally start losing my mind. I am not productive. Like I don't know, I used to do like group sport activities and stuff. Like I used to do soccer with people when I was younger and that was fun. Because I was like a forward and stuff. And then I swam a lot and swimming was really good. But swimming is gross because you're literally in like a giant bath basically with like people's like snot and pee. So you have to go like really early in the morning with like other swimmers if you want that, and that's far away. So I'm trying to, I have like this challenge in my life where I'm trying to use like a vehicle as not as often as I used to. So I'm trying to find alternative forms, which obviously to go to the gym I have to drive. Like there's not really any other alternatives, which is annoying. And then another really annoying thing, because I've been trying out other gyms, is that like a lot of their weights are not balanced right. So I'll go to one gym and I'll be trying it out like just chilling or whatever. And then I'll go to the next gym, use like almost the exact same machine, but the weights are balanced differently. And I feel like a little bitch because I'm like, yeah, I'm using like, I don't know, like a fucking leg press with like, I don't know, maybe like 90 pounds or something like that. And then just like as a warm up. And then I go to another gym, put on that same like 90 pounds, and it feels like harder. And I'm just like, so I'm trying to find like a gym that is like reliable, has like good amenities, I guess, but like I don't know if I want one to have a pool or not to have a pool, or like, oh, it's fucking with me. Yeah, it's wonky to go to a different gym, TBH, true. Unless they have the same machines. But then if you do, I like free weights. Like having like a bar or having like machines where you have to like add plates and stuff, that's what I enjoy. So like I don't really like the machines that much unless I'm really trying to like work a specific like area, which I don't know. I've been thinking I might start making some like workout things or whatever just to like track my progress to stay more motivated in it. But I feel like people wouldn't like that. I think they actually probably would. But then you kind of get like thirsty bitches, and I'm just like, chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck out. But we'll see. I want Bubblegum says hello. Hello. I mean, I used to coach and stuff, so I feel like it might be helpful for people to see like an actual routine of what I do or what, like, how you can get back into it, like, once you start going to the gym again. Especially because I have like, hypermobility, so it makes it harder for me to do things. Mark says, I found the machines are good for squeezing the last bit out of muscles, especially for leg days. True. True. And to be fair, I don't even use most of the machines properly. So you know like the machine where like you put your legs together and you have like the pads on the inside and you go like I uh I kind of use that backwards sometimes. Or I'll like stand up or like kind of like squat up in the chair when I do that. There's another one where you push outwards, and if you go like almost like backwards in the chair and you like squat down, it like really works out your booty. But the annoying thing is most workout content isn't necessarily made for people who are taller. Like I'm almost 5'8". Like I'm technically 5'8". I say I'm 5'8". I add another like half inch because I have an ego. Okay, round up, baby. But because people's like, oh my gosh, I feel like you guys probably don't like this conversation at all, which is fine. I'm not going to keep diving too deep into it, but Like when you're taller, it's harder to like build muscle as quickly. Yeah. What did I say now? Mark says, hi, I leaned forward on that sucker at my gym to get my bacon a run for its money. Yeah, exactly. It works really well. But anyways, I'm not going to dive really deep into it. Maybe I'll do like something about it. I don't know. I don't know. I think I probably will. I'm if I well I need so like for me, I have like ADHD, right? Which people I talk about a lot, but like I feel like you guys don't understand how much it impacts me. If I don't do something to get like my physical energy out, which is why I walk a lot of places or I take public transit and I do as much of that as I can because it's like also a form of exercise, right? But getting my exercise out makes it easier for me to focus, especially since like, life is crazy and there's lots of stressors. So, my gosh. I have to do that like workout regimen, otherwise I start going crazy. And then once I build up like a tolerance to it, I either have to do longer workouts, which I don't have the time to do, or I have to start doing weights or like more high intensity workouts, which I have been doing. So that's why I'm like, okay, damn, I don't have enough time to do like I used to do like hour and a half to 2 hours of conditioning every single day. And like with swimming, and then like weights and I maintained that, and it really helped me. But it's just so annoying. It's one of the most annoying things, like whatsoever. And I just sit there and I'm like, just, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I feel like it'd be good. Because I like seeing like average people work out. And I also have like a thing where I have to like work out in Chucks. I don't know what it is, but I have to be wearing like Chuck Taylors and the high tops. Otherwise it feels like uncomfortable, especially if I'm like doing leg day or something. Because I don't really do like running or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I also have to find a gym if I want to film that's okay with me filming because there's plenty of gyms that just literally are not. But because I talked about it, hopefully I didn't jinx it. I don't know, I'll still probably do it anyways. Alex says, hey Josie in chat, what's up? Oh, we're talking about working out and how I need to work out more. But it's really good dopamine. It like gets you. You're just like happy juices. But anyways, how are you guys doing? How is life? I hate to work out. That's okay. How much Hubba Bubba do you have left? I really don't have a lot. I can't use it right now because I just used my fluoride toothpaste before I started streaming, but this is how much I have left. I really like it. Like if I'm sitting there, I'll just be like, but I also have like my 5 gum. I've been going to this a lot. Maybe I should get more of this. It's really good. Oh wow, it's addictive. I used to get like the Hubba Bubbas that were like in the cubes or like the blocks all the time, and that was really good. Chaotic says I'm doing okay. I was writing and drawing, but I'm terrible at both, lol. Oh, no. The idea of doing things isn't to be good. You're not supposed to be good at everything you do. Otherwise, you're not going to make any progress in anything. And then life would suck and be boring. So it's okay. I want bubblegum says, what have I started here? I used to have like such a problem with chewing gum all the time. And people said that it made me sound really bitchy, so I stopped. They were just like, you can't just be like popping bubbles and just like being like all the time. And I was like, why not? Why not? I want to. And it also was like an oral fixation thing. Yeah, because today we would need the balloon again. Maybe. Maybe. I do have a lot of balloons still downstairs. They're starting to deflate. I got them from an event that I worked at. It was, I think it was back in February. It was crazy. It was a birthday party. Or I guess it wasn't a birthday party. It was like a bar mitzvah. But they were not Zionists, so I was okay with working it. I talked to the the manager about it. I was like, we're not gonna like have this, right? If they're like this. And she was like, nah, we would never do that. And I talked to them at the event and I was like, okay. Let's see. Chaotic says, by the way, I saw that you were reacting to anarchism content, but I couldn't stay to watch. Oh, that's okay. I did put the VOD on YouTube. Oh, I've started doing that now that I have the chat box here, which is really nice. And then, so yeah, my YouTube link should be active. I'm gonna make a playlist for everything. It'll be a lot better. I'm also going to start posting my TikToks on YouTube as like YouTube shorts, and I feel like that'll be good too. Oh, I thought you got some empty ones. Technically, I do have some empty ones, and that's like, I just don't really use them, if that makes sense. Also, I need y'all's opinion in a minute. I have like, should I have my fish tank right here? Fish tank here? Would that be good? Because I'm going to start working on that tomorrow during stream. Chaotic says, am I the only weird person who doesn't use TikTok here? Oh, yeah. That's so weird. Literally so weird. No, you're okay. I started using it more so for like content creation because I wanted to test it out and I'm like, oh fuck, this is like actually really fun. So I love making TikToks. I like to find random, well, not really random sounds. I pick out different sounds that I think are interesting and I make it a challenge to try to like make some cohesive video out of a random sound, and it's really fun. Well, I mean, I save a lot of them and then I pick one and I'm like, this one today. And then I spend like an hour to an hour and a half on it every day. It's really fun, almost every day. Some days I just have draft days where I just post stuff in the drafts because it's addictive. It's so fun. Judge me. Anyways, I want bubblegum says, I never learned to tie a balloon and that kind of makes me sad. Ooh. Okay. George says yes on the fish tank. I like to see it in the background. Chill. That's good. Also, I know one of you guys like sent me another package, so I'm gonna have to go to the post office again, but they're closed on the weekend, so Monday it is. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the fish tank is gonna be over here. I'm gonna add, or there's gonna be some other grow lights, so there'll be stuff underneath it, or I might have like knickknacks underneath it. I don't know. I haven't decided. I have a lot of moving things around I should do. I think I'm gonna keep the rug on the wall because European, and I feel like that'd be fun. And it's nice in the winter, especially by the fish tank because it keeps it more insulated and it doesn't get like as cold because it's, you know, an older building, so it's kind of cold. I also don't know if I should have a chair. Now that I don't think I need a cuck chair because I have like the cat stand, so I don't know what I'd put underneath it. Maybe I'll leave it open so I can use the whiteboard. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that'll be tomorrow. I was like, I can't just be doing stuff like all the time. Oh, and I need something to put these on. Do you like the wax? I think wax is so cool. Anyways, that's a distraction. No more distractions. And all the chalk wipes off the whiteboard, so I can be doing extra kind of artwork stuff, which will be fun. I think I might like doodle on it and have like different themes depending on the week and holidays and stuff. It'll be good. Have you ever tried to make balloon animals? I don't think so. Maybe like when I was I don't know. I would be terrible at it. I thought it looked cool when I was younger. Honestly, I thought it was kind of creepy. I thought people who did balloon stuff was kind of creepy when I was younger. Like, legitimately, I did. I don't think I'd ever do it. Not out of like, oh, it's gross or whatever, just because I don't really have a desire to make things out of balloons. Yeah, Cadix says posture check. Ew! How could you do this to me? I do actually need to sit up straight. Yeah. Oh, I went to work today. For anyone who was here for my little mini event yesterday, I went to work and I talked to my coworkers, and apparently the dude was making like threats to the company and stuff like that, and I was like, the integrity of the institution relies upon us not caving to people who make empty threats to us. And luckily, we were able to agree on that, and things were able to continue, which is good. I was like low key kind of concerned. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So, still have a job, still doing everything as normal, still collaborating, blah, 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 blah. For a second there, I was like, maybe I'll be free. Maybe I won't have to do this anymore. And then I was like, whoa, that opened up so many like random things I could do. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna stick with this for a bit. It's pretty good. Oh, that's good. I'm glad it all worked out. Yeah, today was a lot better. I only had like one kind of more difficult person. It's just harder because it just keeps getting larger and larger. Um, like having, I don't know, I started off giving like speeches and stuff, or like, working. You probably don't care this much about it, but I'll just give you a little tidbit. But I started off with like 5 or 6 people, and because I've been doing a lot more detailed things, it's been kind of going around. And now I'm having groups of like almost 100. So like we've had more than that show up, and I have to cap it off, and I'm like, I can't do more than 100. Like that is too much for me. Because it's just a lot. Like, it's a lot. And then there was another girl today who was like, I can only do 20. Which it is hard, because you have to, I do like to do visual aids and stuff, so I'll like have them get up and look around at things. But the more people we have, the harder it is for me to do that. So I have to reorganize my strategy, because we're starting to have to turn away more and more people, and I don't know how we're gonna navigate that. That's like a whole different thing. Now we have more private things that I work on, like later this week, and blah 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 blah, and blah, blah, blah. Can you tell I'm busy? I literally was in the shower earlier, like right before stream, and I had to shower because I was like, holy fuck, I have so much shit I'm doing, and I had to mentally prepare myself, because I'm like, I won't have to pull an all-nighter, but I'm gonna start having to have like, I have to get up at like, at the latest, like 6 a.m. now, if I want to get everything done and still go to bed at a decent time. I'm gonna have to start getting up at 6, because with content creation, stream, school starting up again, so I'm going to start teaching again, volunteer work, lectures, that's the history job, and I'm doing more stuff with the arts, which I don't know if I should talk about. I don't really think it matters that much. It's just more like, I don't know, just like art stuff, and helping out, training, teaching kids about like theater and that sort of thing. Which I do get paid for sometimes, so that's nice. But yeah, and oh my god, I have like so much community organizing stuff that I'm doing this upcoming month. Oh my god, it's all planned out. Like literally, I don't even write everything on my calendar anymore. I just have it on my planner because it's so fucking much. And I'll like look at my calendar and I'll just be like, I'll just stare at it. But anyways, I'll still pretty much be here on time. Stream is still my top priority. Also, the dogs are gonna freak out because Andrew has some people over. Can you hear them? Bixby's like, what the fuck? You see her right there? She's like, what the fuck is happening? Oh my god. But enough about me and my insane life and all the crazy shit that I've decided to do, and I'm in school. How am I doing this? So we're your main priority? Oh, that's cute. Thank you. Nah, I just really like stream. I found out that if I don't do stream, my entire life doesn't really fall apart, but I feel like it's falling apart. So I just show up. What am I going to get out of it? I don't know anymore. It keeps me like grounded. I don't know. I think I just need to do it, you know? Yeah, Oliver is barking a lot. He's upset. I think they're gonna leave soon. Oh, Bixby's hiding out. Yeah. She doesn't like people that much. Especially who just showed up. She kinda gets nervous with them and she's like, ew. And I'm like, girl, chill. See, look at her hiding. Siri's in here too. See me? No, it's okay, puppy. I'll show you Siri because I'm gonna have to let him out too. Come here, now. I have. Oh my god, he was hiding in my skirt. Oh, I know you're stressed. It's okay. The people are here. I know. Yes, you don't have to see them. It's okay. He was hiding in my skirt. It was cute. Okay. Are we chill now? Everything okay? Yeah? Okay. Okay, they all went outside, so now I'm free. Chill out. Ollie, you're okay. Yeah, buddy. Oh, Joe, do you like math and physics? Yeah, for sure. What about it? I don't have the opportunities to get as involved as I used to, but I have had the ability to start participating in different museums and stuff, so, I mean, that's fun, I guess. What about it? I just don't have as much time. There's an astronomy club that I've been invited to participate in because I like stars, I like planets and stuff. I think it's really fun. But I'll probably end up doing that a little bit later. I need things to even out a bit more before I can really do stuff. But yeah. Chaotic says, I'm just curious. I really like math and physics, and I'm really excited to learn some topics in college like differential equations and electromagnetism. I think that'll be exciting. Quantum physics is my favorite. I like the ideas of probabilities, you know? I'm gonna have some gum just because bubble gum was here. There was a dude that came in today. I gotta talk to him like a little bit later. We were discussing how time could be like a fluid thing. And that's like it's an interesting theory. Yeah, the idea that things are inherently probabilistic is interesting. Yeah. May. I agree. Probability is absolutely fascinating. IMO. Because, like, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder how, like, linear things actually are. Or how we conjure probability in our own minds, you know? That's really fascinating. Like, actual statistics that have data behind it versus self-imposed, like, statistics. And that's, like, a different thing. I don't know if it's called self-imposed statistics, but that's what I call it in my brain. Yeah, my May's here. He's feeling a lot better. We took him to the vet on Wednesday, and for the past 2 days, they've been really lazy. The flavor has to go away a little bit more, and then I'll be able to pop the gum. But yeah, what have you guys been up to? Do you guys have anything exciting? I've just been rambling for like the past 30 minutes. Which I know is kind of like blah. Oh, by the way, there's going to be an ad in 2 minutes. It's not going to be for 2 minutes. It's going to be for a minute and a half. And I totally believe that you can do that math. I'm going to try to be better about remembering that. Look at his eyes. He's haunting you. He's judging you. He's like, what's going on there? Today's kind of a free day, so we can really talk about whatever you guys want to. I don't really discuss like what I have going on in my life for the most part because I think it can be like one counterproductive because I'd rather do than talk about it. So I kind of only give you like vague hints about the stuff I'm doing, and then the rest I just kind of do. If it interferes with stream or if it's like content related, I usually tell you though. So there's like my public facing work side of things and my personal work life. And they're two very separate things. I'm like Hannah Montana. You get the best of both worlds. Oh, it's funny to me. But no, it's literally kind of like how it is. I have like the stuff I do like personally, and then I have the stuff I do here on stream. And sometimes it bleeds in between, but that's usually the stuff that I'm really passionate about. Chaotic says, there's a theory called statistical determinist, which states that there's a set limited options for how things may end. That's the deterministic part. But each of these possible restricted futures have different probabilities of happening. It fits well with genetics, atmospheric sciences, and quantum mechanics. That's true. But something I like to think about within that concept is those outcomes are not limited to what you can actually perceive, because there's always going to be extraneous factors or outside factors that will be impacting your data that you won't be able to understand. So like a lot of science experiments, I can't remember what it's called. It's like an undefined factor or something like that. What is it called when an external factor impacts an experiment? Extraneous variable. Yeah, they're very difficult to navigate, and it's why science is not like a definitive thing, because you never know exactly like what is happening and why. Chaotic says the own act of doing a measurement in quantum mechanics impacts the final result, for instance. That's true. That's like the observational effect. Are we good now, guys? Maybe I'll be able to get like some good pops here. I think about that stuff sometimes. Usually when I'm making decisions. But usually you just kind of know what's going to happen before it happens anyways, so. It's when you go against your, it's like, what's that called? There's a specific term for it. But it's like, the simplest outcome is usually the most likely outcome, you know? It's usually not as complicated as you make it out to be. Like, it's kind of like with psychology and stuff. Like, people technically usually don't try to run out and be villains or whatever. They just have their own motives. And you're just an external factor that's, like, collateral damage, you know? Which is honestly, like, really shitty. Because then you can, like, objectify people and not view them as people and stuff like that. But it's usually why people can go to the, like, certain extremes when doing things, because they're more focused on having a perceived outcome than you. And they value the perceived outcome over how it will affect you because it doesn't impact them enough. Like, it's just not a factor that they consider. And then that's usually when people do horribly corrupt things. And then you have, like, sociopathy and blah, 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 which is, like, a whole different thing. Yeah. But yeah, you are right. I remember you said you were studying for atmospheric science, right? To be, like, a meteorologist? Or adjacent. So you're probably going to get a lot more involved with these concepts, especially as time goes on. Because, oh my gosh, you're a meteorology student. How do you feel about, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, and I can't recall if you were here for it, but we were discussing cloud seeding and stuff like that to, like, make things rain a bit more. Like, have you done more research into that? I did listen to some video essays, but I haven't been able to dive as deeply as I want to. I don't have as many like meteorologist connections as I used to, so it's hard to get the information that I want. That was better. But there's been like a lot of conflict with cloud seeding as of late, especially in like North Africa and how it affects other parts of the Mediterranean. It also interferes with weather patterns in certain parts of the globe. Oh, so unfortunately, I haven't done research on cloud seeding. Ah, damn. If you do that, it's like a pet project ever. Tell me about it. Like, come to the stream and be like, I finally did it. And I'll be like, yeah, let's go. It's just hard to find a lot of information about it and data because it's something that, like, governments aren't necessarily insanely private about it, but there's a lot of the countries that are utilizing it, it's impacting, like, they're smaller countries. So it's not like the United States where we have it, like, in Arizona, Nevada, California, Texas, that sort of thing. That's primarily where we have it in, like, more arid desert or high desert plains. So even all the way up to, like, Idaho. That's where they do the most cloud seeding. But it's easier for us to track that data because it's all consolidated into like a singular database. And it's all within the parameters of like a country's jurisdiction, right? But when you have smaller countries like Saudi Arabia with like the UAE and even like Afghanistan and even like Sudan, like those regions where a lot of the countries are smaller, it's hard to get the data and how it impacts because they don't always share the data and release the same amounts of data. So you really have to rely on like certain regions, and that's not super helpful. Okay, Alex says, but we can also discuss other topics such as how meteorology is historically used for military purposes and talk about climate changes. That is true. It is used for a lot of militaristic things. It's very strategic too. Like I've seen some papers that, oh man, I'll have to like find this because I know if I Google it, I'm not going to find it. It's just something that I stumbled across a while ago. I'll have to go through like my web browser history or whatever on a different browser. But I know that they have used like cloud seeding and stuff like that as a way to conceal like certain militaristic aircraft. And I don't know if that happens like often or if it's just like a theoretical thing. But yeah, there's lots of documentation on like how that could be implemented. If you talk to people from the Air Force, you can learn a lot about it. If they're chatty Cathys and discuss their jobs a little too much. But yeah. Wait, Chaotic, are you from the US? I don't think you're from the US, right? Like you're from I think you're from Europe. Most of you guys are from Europe. You're from Brazil. Yes. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. I think that's really fun. Oh, so you speak Portuguese. Nice. I don't know. I can't really decide like how wait, do you guys use a lot of like that sort of thing? I don't think you guys do, right? And oh no, Z is another chatter from Brazil who had to leave the country to like go to a different school and on like an island somewhere. And that's why he hasn't been here for a bit. Oh man, sometimes it makes me sad. You guys are like get so busy and stuff and you have like lives and it makes me happy that you have lives, but then I miss you. But I remember the lore, baby. I remember the lore. But yeah. I have so much energy today. Not really. I'm kind of like on the go though. I just, like when you get in that like grind set and you're just like, I have this to do, I have this to do, I have this to do. That's kind of where I've been at today. Hmm. I think it's because the stress of like the work confrontation is gone, so I'm just like, yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Since we have more people here, is there a specific history topic that you guys want me to dive into a bit more? Um, this week we did a very, very broad discussion on anarchy and anarchism and like what it actually means within the context of like most anarchists. But what do you guys want to talk about like next week and in the upcoming like couple of months and that sort of thing? Because I'm starting to get more plans for the fall. Obviously, like if crazy current events happen, we'll focus more on that stuff again. But yeah. Radek says something I'm really grateful about being born in Brazil, even though the country has many issues, is that a free university education. I'm studying at a very good university without having to pay a single cent. That's really nice. Chef's kiss. That's like really, really nice. I have like scholarships for my classes and stuff, but yeah. My goal is to get good enough scholarships at a different university and then I leave. I just go, bye, and then I go. But it's really hard. Like, I'm not gonna dive insanely deep into it, but it's hard to know where you stand like with academia anymore. Like, or at least for me personally, like a lot of the stuff that I want to study is under threat because of the current event. So like I don't even know what I'm gonna do if I'm gonna like have to leave the country, study abroad, or who knows? Who knows? So I gotta save up my money, baby. Not buy like a lot of stuff. Which I buy what I have to. The pets though, oh my god, they've been so expensive. But that's because like, people get injured and stuff like that, and I had to go to the doctor and such is life. Look how happy he is. Technically, it's Andrew's pets that are costing the most money right now, so I don't feel that bad because I still like help out, but I don't have to pay as much. I saved myself $50. If you guys know that TikTok audio. Guys, I'm funny, okay? But yeah, I'm glad that you have that. It makes life a lot easier. But do you guys have any history topics that you're interested in? Like, anything in particular? How many of the crew did you take to the vet Wednesday? All the cats. Siri needed his ears cleaned. And then he's been having like a weird teeth thing, so he was more expensive because there's like a genetic disease with cats where they can get like red spots on their teeth and it can be like a sign of like not really cavities, but it's decaying from the inside out. So it doesn't matter how much I brush their teeth because I brush their teeth like pretty often and wash them often. Like I groom them and I even trim their nails. Like I take care of them. But he's starting to have like his tooth rot from like the inside out and it might have to be pulled. We're probably gonna have to go to like a special dentist for that, which is expensive, but it's worth it. And see if maybe we could do like a filling of some sort. But doing fillings on cats can be dangerous. He's also a very smaller cat. Like he's smaller in stature. So he might not even be able to have a lot of anesthesia. So we'll have to get him a workup for that, which will be separate. And if he can have a lot of anesthesia, then we can take him to the dentist and like get that all checked out. But we need a second opinion for like if he can, because right now it's looking like he would like it'd be dangerous to have him under for too long. It's kind of like with any surgery. Is it like worth it? So obviously he will have to be put under a little bit for like one tooth if it does get pulled, but either way, we don't know how long it can be. I cry. But yeah, I think this upcoming week we'll have to take Sandy and Ollie. Hi, Bixby. So yeah, that'll be the full crew. Hi, baby girl. You wanna come up? Also, Bixby's really fat. Come here, baby. I'm gonna pick you up. Wow. She weighs just as much as Michael. She weighs 14 pounds, and she's a very tiny girl. The vet said that she's obese. And then I don't know what to tell her because Bixby, she's so cute fat though. Let's look at her. It just suits her. But she's like 4 pounds overweight. She should weigh 10 pounds. She said that honestly she should weigh a little bit more because she's really short. Oh, bye, Bixby. Oh, okay, you want to play. I don't have anything for you right now, baby girl. We'll play in a bit. Yes, we will. I'll pet you though. But yeah, Bixby is a little bit more. Josie, how about talking about psychiatry services? Uh, how psychiatry serves the liberal system. What do you mean how psychiatry serves the liberal system? Can you elaborate? Because the biases of psychology is absolutely crazy. It really depends. I've worked a lot within the industry because of like how I was raised and the community that I help organize and I moderate. I've gotten back into that too. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I don't know why I do so much shit. But yeah, I would be able to get more resources on certain things, but my specialty is more focused on PTSD and related dissociative and personality disorders. So like and how it can like I know quite a bit about a lot of like different clusters of personality disorders and stuff like that, but primarily PTSD, CPTSD, other dissociative disorders like, blah blah blah. Let's see. I know a bit about like borderline, which I am so lucky. Like some people, if they go through a lot of trauma and they really struggle with things, they can develop borderline personality disorder, which luckily for me, that is not how like my trauma manifested, and I think it's because I created healthy outlets for myself, and I always had like therapists and specialists that I could contact if something was happening to me and good resources. So I was like more secure, but a lot of people with different like attachment problems can struggle with that. So like I was just neglected. And if you're severely neglected, you are not as likely to have like BPD as like someone who had like a dad who like worked all the time and a mom who was like always there but super emotionally unavailable and absent. So it causes like a different thing. Or a mother who like makes a lot of things about themselves. That's what causes a lot of like BPD and stuff, like having weird dynamics like that, where like you almost have neglect, but there's like someone who's supposed to be there but isn't there and stuff. And for me, I just had people who weren't there. Chaotic says, like how psychiatry historically have made consider some conditions are diseases, such as being gay or trans, and how the solution used for long was hospitalized by force. People were only different, not mentally ill. Yeah, there is still stuff like that that's going on nowadays that people, it's difficult. Like, I'm not going to dive really deep into it because it's like, it's weighted. But I think there was something that Trump passed yesterday regarding the homeless population. It was either yesterday or the day before. But it was an executive order that stated that cities and towns had to provide housing for the homeless, and people weren't allowed to like stay on streets anymore. Let's see. It was called Ending Crime and Disorder on America Street. Here's a link to it. Oop. Let's see. I'll read over some sections. I don't know if you guys really want to see it, but you can look at it if you want to, or you can just listen to me. Endemic vagrancy, disorderly behavior, sudden confrontations, and violent attacks have made our cities unsafe. The number of individuals living on the streets in the United States on a single night during the last year in the previous administration was 200,000, roughly. It was the highest ever recorded. That's not accurate. An overwhelming majority of the individuals are addicted to drugs, have mental health conditions. Like, notice how I do want to mention in a lot of Trump's executive orders, the statistics that he cites aren't even included in the order itself. It's just a random number, and there's no, like, where it's from. And if you guys were here, like, at the beginning of the year, I did a deeper dive into homelessness and stuff after some incidents happened in my city. The overwhelming majority of these individuals are addicted to drugs. That's not true, and have mental health condition or both. Nearly 2/3 of the homeless individuals report having regularly used hard drugs like methamphetamines, cocaine, or opiates in their lifetimes. Again, no sources. An equally large share of homeless individuals report suffering from mental health conditions. The federal government and the states have spent tens of billions of dollars on failed programs to address homelessness, but it's not its root causes, leaving other citizens vulnerable to public safety threats. That I agree with. Shifting homeless individuals into long-term institutional settings for humane treatment through the appropriate use of civil commitment will restore public order. On the right track, but he kind of goes pretty far left, and you'll hear that in a minute. Surrendering our cities and citizens to disorder and fear is neither compassionate to the homeless nor other citizens. My administration will take a new approach focused on protecting public safety. Sure you will, sir. Sure you will. One says, the Attorney General, in consultation with the Secretary of Health and Human Services, shall take the appropriate action to 1. Seek in appropriate cases reversal of federal or state judicial precedents and the termination of consent decrees that impede the United States policy of encouraging civil commitment of individuals with mental illness who pose a risk to themselves or public or are living on the streets and cannot care for themselves in appropriate facilities or appropriate periods of time. Which is very dangerous because he doesn't really specify what a danger to themselves would be. So anybody who has like any form of what the government or the federal government could consider to be a mental illness could be at risk of this. And it could be something like being trans or being gay or that sort of thing, which is why I bring it up. 2, provide assistance to state and local governments through technical guidance grants or other legally available means for identification, adoption, and implementation of maximally flexible civil commitment, institutional treatment, and step-down treatment standards that allow the appropriate commitment and treatment of individuals with mental illness who pose a danger to others and are living on the streets and cannot care for themselves. Or, so it says, I want to like reiterate this wording real quick. Allow for the appropriate commitment and treatment of individuals with mental illness who pose a danger to others or are living on the streets and cannot care for themselves. So, what is mental illness? Like, he doesn't really describe it at all, and there's not really a lot of clarification on any of that whatsoever. It's just considered mental illness. There is no elaboration. Let's see. Provide assistance to state and local governments through technical guidance, grants, which I already said. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. So the enforced prohibitions on open illicit drug use, which is why yesterday in Washington, D.C., someone was smoking weed at a public park and they were arrested, which is something that was going viral on TikTok. I don't know if I reposted it or not, but let's see. Someone arrested for smoking weed, Washington, D.C. park. 2025, and was it July 24th? It was a dude just eating Chipotle. But yeah, there's like a couple of TikToks about it. This one girl is freaking out because she's never heard of like the park enforcement doing something like that, because now there's like it's a whole thing in Washington D.C. You'll probably hear videos about it or more content about it in the next like coming weeks. Enforced prohibitions under urban camping and loitering, aka you're not allowed to be in a certain area for an extended period of time. And because like what is loitering considered to be? And enforced prohibitions on urban squatting, which this could include and not be limited to like protests where people are camping out on public property. So like when people were protesting what was happening with Palestine and stuff like that, people set up lots of tents and built mini communes and stuff. This also happened during the Black Lives Matter movement, where people all congregated together and had like little tent communities, and that was part of the protest. So this could be utilized as a way to say that people aren't allowed to do that, or at least in some twisted way they could try to do it. I don't know if it would actually work because it's a state by state thing. There's only so much power that they have. Let's see. Enforce and, when necessary, adopt standards that address individuals who are a danger to themselves or others who suffer from serious mental illness or substance use disorder, or who are living in the streets and cannot care for themselves, through assisted outpatient treatment or by moving them into treatment centers or appropriate facilities via civil commitment or available means to the maximum extent permitted by law, or substantially implement and comply with, to the extent required, the registration of notable obligations for the Sex Offender Registry and Notification Act, particularly in the case of registered sex offenders with no fixed address, including by adequately mapping and checking location of homeless sex offenders. Which, how are you gonna fucking do that? Like, one, how are you gonna track people who it's like almost impossible to track nowadays? And two, Trump has talked about multiple times trying to put trans people on the sex offender registry, which is a whole nother conversation. Basically, the mental illness thing and all this stuff is intentionally left vague so that they can include and isolate different people in different communities, like the mental health community, the LGBTQ community, and people who are struggling. And with the economy going the way it is, we don't necessarily know if this is going to include people who are houseless or homeless and living in their vans, which I'm very lucky that I'm not living in my van anymore. But a law like this popped up on my radar because I'm still online part of some communities where people are still living in vans and going through that process, and it's concerning to me. Okay. But yeah, basically, okay, so the Attorney General shall, one, ensure that homeless individuals arrested for federal crimes are evaluated consistent with 18 U.S.C. 4248 to determine whether they are sexually dangerous persons and certified according for civil commitment. That's like whether or not people would be allowed to go to a facility or whether or not they should be like actually arrested. Anyways, I highly recommend that you guys like take a little bit deeper of a dive into it. Obviously, there's like another page and a half worth of stuff, but those are kind of the major things that I wanted to hit because, yeah. Oh, yeah, it was literally done yesterday. I don't know. I just saw it and I was like, what the fuck? I keep track of a lot of this stuff. I just try not to cover a lot of the news because I crash out. And being angry is just a distraction, you know? You can't get shit done if you're mad all the time, so you just gotta, not really, you can compartmentalize a bit, but you feel it and then you have to like keep going. And I've been pissed all day because of this. I'm glad that we had an opportunity to talk about it because I've just been like, what the fuck, you know? Anyways, Chaotic says, Trump, the guy who was legally condemned for sexual assault, saying trans people are sexual offenders. That's funny. Well, he's trying to do everything he can to distract from basically everything that he can to distract from the Epstein trial and the stuff that's been happening, which I'm not surprised. And you guys shouldn't really be that surprised either because, like, what else is he going to do? Like, you know, have you heard of the South Park thing? I bet almost everyone's heard of it because an episode of South Park aired, I think it was 2 nights ago. And they even had fucking AI of Trump just fucking naked. People were pissed. At least Trump was pissed. But now we know what pisses Trump off, which is nice. So if you want to be an instigator and stuff like that, go for it. But yeah, I just don't really fuck with it. I get really mad about it every time I don't know. It sends me to like another level because I don't. Anyways, moving on. But yeah, there's a. I think some of the hardest parts of this discussion, especially the executive order, is what qualifications he has for all of this stuff. Like, what are the semantics for everything that he's saying? And why couldn't he be more specific with stuff? And he's usually like this with most things, so it just stresses me out. I feel bad for a lot of people in the community because it's probably not safe to be in a lot of different states right now. Here in Omaha, we are lucky that we have more of a left-leaning mayor, and I'm going to talk to him about like what the plan is about stuff, probably like I don't know, the next couple weeks, and we'll see. But I don't know if there's anything that we as like a community can do. It's just stressful. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. There's only so much like you can do as a community, you know? And he was already trying to have designated areas for that sort of thing, but we'll see if he releases a press statement and what that would mean. I think I'll probably see him before he does that, because the state would have to dictate like how a lot of that would be enforced, and then he would release a statement afterwards. So only so much a mayor can really do. You can say that the police force shouldn't enforce certain things about it, but yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Caddick says, as someone who identified or someone who identified as trans, that's disgusting to listen to. Yeah. And Caddick says, what, my comment was not allowed? Yeah. It can be really, like, finicky. I don't know why. Automod is like this. I have to have Automod, though, because my mods aren't here enough, which is good. Like, have lives, you know, you do you, boo, but yeah. It's hard. It's hard. And I've been really worried for a lot of people in the community. Like, today, I had a big conversation with a lot of my coworkers and stuff about censorship and how we're going to handle that in the next coming, like, years, because obviously it's a historical institution. We collaborate with academia and stuff, and like what qualifications or what like restrictions do we have to follow in order to still like get funding, still be able to be open to the public, not have to be harassed and stuff, but also still educate things to the best of our ability. I was listening to a podcast. Let's see, I'll post it. It's with Philip. I think it's with Philip DeFranco. Let's see. Shit. Wrong account. Oh no, it's with Vox, sorry. And Vox could be like kind of goofy and stuff like that, but they're talking to the president of Wesleyan about a lot of different stuff. So we obviously don't have like almost a full hour to break all this down. But it's kind of like an idea about like how certain education systems are like responding to it, because there's been a lot of like press and everything, but not necessarily with like the middle ground institutions. So they're a private institution, they don't get as much public funding, but obviously everyone's going to have to like deal with different restrictions, and I think that will be helpful in the next couple weeks when I go back to teaching and stuff. There's obviously going to be a lot of changes that's happening to our system because of it, and because of the community that I do teach. It's a lot. Like, it's a lot. And I'm like technically I have my own class, but that's because I have a lot of background in it. And it's hard to find like professional teachers and have the funding. Like, the only reason why I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm able to teach is one, because I'm learning like Arabic and I teach ESL, so English as a second language. And I teach like adults and stuff. So because it's more accessible and there's a larger group of people I can work with and they don't have to pay as much for it, I act as a TA, and I usually have my own class that I can like teach privately, which is nice. But it's usually like very basic English linguistics, not usually super deep into like grammar and that sort of thing. I do go into grammar a bit, but not a lot. Because it's basically to prep people to help them take their citizenship tests. Because you have basically like a written and oral exam to test you on English, and that's kind of what I help prep for. So technically I teach, but it's at like a school, and then they told me that I should put like teaching on my resume and stuff like that. I just haven't updated my LinkedIn or whatever. I just chose not to because I have so much shit. It's insane. But yeah. It's there's lots of stuff going on. So I'll give you updates because when I was leaving, there was a lot of concern about, because we're on summer break, you know. There's been a lot of concern about like how things are going to be going again and how things are going to be organized. And also, I only teach like a couple days a week when they really need me. So like there's certain days where they have a lot more students, and they try to have students with like certain needs be on certain days. So like my classes are constantly evolving. They get tested out and stuff like that. I don't know. Accounting says focusing too much on grammar isn't good to learn a new language. It's better to focus on speaking, thinking, and writing on the language in my POV. Yeah, I focus like a lot on writing, um, because like the speaking stuff you can get a lot more practice with. And English has like two different languages. You have or at least like two different like written languages, which is really difficult compared to other um languages. Kind of like how in Japan you have like two different scripts that you can use. In English you have two. You have capital letters versus lowercase letters. And it's really hard for a lot of new speakers to learn. So I focus on that a lot. And a lot of them usually are Muslim. So me knowing like a bit of like classical Arabic can help. So obviously I listen to like Al Jazeera like at least a couple hours a week, and I've been taking a break just because of like birthday break, you know, but yeah. Codex says that's how I learned English. Sure, my English isn't perfect, but I developed a lot by focusing on these things. Yeah, it takes time. And knowing like nouns and stuff like that is hard too. Like, I work with people who are, they know how to write, they know like the letters and stuff already, so I don't have to work through those building blocks as much. But, yeah. Anyways, Codex says English is simple, but not necessarily easy. Yeah. Well, and different languages have different structures. So like Arabic or Persian, which is usually the languages that I work with the most because, you know, Muslim majority countries, or Sudanese, and which has different dialects and blah 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 blah, right? All of them, for the most part, are like Arabic based languages, and their word structure is very different than English, which is really confusing. So like library and book, or actually this is a better way to describe it. So the vowels in a word and the consonants are going to change depending on how the word is being used or the purpose of it. So reading versus being read to versus book versus like library all have like the same base structure, and it slightly changes depending on what it actually means. And then when you have like adjectives, then it gets weird. And then past and present, and then I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I'm not to that level, I'm not to that level. But I can understand like basic stuff. But I understand that when I speak or when I'm like communicating in Arabic, it's not as structured as I'd like it to be, and it's really frustrating. But anyways, Still gonna have some streams in Arabic eventually, but we'll see. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm only stressed. These are just all the things that I have to do, and I have like lesson plans and stuff that I have to organize. This semester will be a lot better because I got like the ropes down, like I understand what I'm supposed to do, and I have a better relationship with all the teachers and staff and stuff, which is really nice. I don't know how I do all this shit. I know you guys are probably like, how are you doing that? Because people in my life ask me all the time. They're like, how do you do all this stuff? And I'm like, I am the laziest productive person you will ever meet. So I'm just like, I will work really hard when I do something, and then I'll be really consistent with it, and then I just kind of like I chill the rest of the time. I make sure to rest and stuff. Anyways, yeah. Sorry, we got to that topic because of like Trump and like how he's trying to cut funding and what he's doing with immigrants and stuff, and it's all crazy. All crazy. Now I'm doing theater stuff again, so I'm just like, oh, where's the time? Oh, where's the time? I just make it up. My resi's gonna be so fucking packed. People think, I don't think they'll think I'm lying on it because I'll have like recommendations and stuff, but I'm losing my mind. Anyways, I just like, I don't really know what else to say. Chaotic says hydrate. Yeah, that's important. But anyways, so you want to talk more about psychology and stuff and how like the LGBTQ community was hospitalized and stuff? Is that what you were talking about, chaotic? So you want that topic. Do you guys have any other topics? And this is all stuff we can do in like the next upcoming weeks. It's just going to be flexible, so I'm going to keep it in mind. This will be like 6-month plan stuff. I do this to keep my energy up, by the way. I dance to myself. There is no music. I'm not even thinking of music. I just move. I groove. Um. Oh, not actually. No. I was trying to create suggestions for next week's topic. I actually couldn't think of other stuff. Oh, okay. Well, maybe. Next week was just going to be like a basic history thing, so we can push that back. I have a backlog, baby. But sometimes like things that I care about come up, and then I really just kind of throw stuff together on stream, honestly. I have like I have a Google Doc and it's like 10 pages of just links of just YouTube links and stuff, and they're all like condensed links too. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, that one's good. I do like that topic though. But like I said before, it's like really weighted, and a lot of mental health stuff. I mean, we have talked about like psychology and that sort of thing in philosophy, because philosophy and religion was like the path to mental health and mental wellness before we had modern day psychology, and that's like a whole fucking thing. Whole thing. One could say that we had other aspects of it that existed before, but oh my god. It's crazy. There's so many paths to like work on mental health and stuff. It's insane. Hmm. Do we have any other topics? Like we have talked a lot about other history stuff. Anarchy was recommended by Zach, which I don't know if he watches like my VODs or my videos, but he also streams at Zach app, you know. Um, but he's obviously like a streaming like leftist anarchist. I think he's an anarchist communist, I believe, something along those lines. Which you know, yeah. Well, you know him. You actually follow him on Twitch. Hey, he's a friend of the channel. He's really cool. Um, let's see. Hmm. Yeah. He's also a vegan, right? Maybe. Oh yeah, he is. He is. Because he was like, "Why aren't you vegan anymore?" And I'm like, "Because I had to recover from an eating disorder, sir." It's been a lot of work for me to like actually start being able to work out again. I had to not work out for not just like not work out. I had to go through a whole like or like, you know, rehabilitation thing for my body because I like overworked it and stuff like that. I had to repair my relationship with food, blah blah blah. That took me like 5 years ish. I really started grinding out on it during COVID because I was like, fuck it. If nothing's happening, then I'm gonna repair my relationship with food. And so far, so good. Like me doing cooking stream and stuff is a really big step for me because I used to not be able to cook in front of people or even like eat in front of people whatsoever. Like I would freak out. I would like have panic attacks. Um, so yeah, that was just when I was younger, not like anywhere, any recent or whatever event. Let's see. That's actually well, it's a factor as to why I started doing cooking stream too. Which you guys probably don't need to know that, but I feel like it's important to talk about. We could talk about like eating disorder stuff online, which that'd be like wild, but yeah. You're actually considering going vegan. Yeah. I don't think it'd be bad for you. I think it's more ethical. I think as long as you have the ability to have a well balanced diet, I think you'll be okay. The hardest part about being vegan is I don't know if you have the ad or not. Sorry. There's an ad right now. It'll be done in like a minute and a half. Sorry. I got distracted with the conversation. Um, it wouldn't be bad for you though. You just have to be if you have enough money, I think being vegan would be easier. Like I would consider going vegetarian again. Maybe not vegan because I already can't really like have a lot of dairy anyways. But yeah, my body is like really sensitive to that. So if I got like a lot more money and stuff, I'd probably be like primarily vegan, but eat stuff every once in a while because I really like fish. So I'd be like a pescatarian probably. Fish. Well, I also like chicken. Damn it. If you told me like 6 years ago that I'd be like this, I would not believe you. Like at all. Be crazy. Gaddick says, but I don't want to be that type of vegan that excessively judges people based on if they eat meat. As someone who grew up like vegan slash like vegetarian, I feel like you don't really judge a lot of people. I mean, it depends on the person, obviously. Maybe when you first get into it, you'll be a little like judgmental of people, but it's just kind of like something that you do that other people don't do. It's kind of like, do you like the color red or do you like this? If you're in it for the environmental reasons, then it's easier to be really judgy. But that's not why I was into it. It was like I was raised in it for the most part. I also had like physical stuff that made it hard for me to like eat a lot of meat and stuff. Cause yeah, it's like a whole different conversation, honestly. But yeah. If you want to, you'll probably notice it more with other people because it'll be something new to you. Once you get used to it, it'll be a lot easier. And you'll probably eat a lot of things that have meat and stuff that you don't even recognize. Like here in the States, it's becoming more popular for people to start cooking or frying things in beef tallow again, which when I was younger, I ate a ton of French fries all the time, like every time I go places, because it was the only thing that I could guaranteed like be able to eat. Because usually it'd be like fried in some like canola oil or like some sort of like vegetable oil. That meant that it was like safe for consumption. So I just always ate French fries. Um, yeah. Chaotic says the reason why I'm considering going vegan is because the suffering animals go through due to factory farming, and also because I think all sentient lives matters, vibes, and can't be killed just for the sakes of how they taste. I think that is completely valid. That was why I went vegan and I stayed like vegan for a really long time. I think it was a couple of years around that. Mm, I don't know. It's a journey. And like if it works for you, then I highly recommend that you do it. But don't focus too much on it because if you like it can make you isolate and stuff like that. So if it's starting to affect your relationship with people, try to find ways to accommodate it or accommodate to it, and bring food with you if you go out to eat with people. Like I would bring a lot of food to restaurants because one, I have allergies, and I wouldn't be able to eat what's on the menu all the time anyways. And most of the time, people either don't check or they say that they checked and then they really didn't, and then you're just kind of screwed and you don't get to eat with anyone, and that fucking sucks. Um, or you, you know, you just kind of like, if you just do it anyways, then it's easier. Because if you stay vegan for long enough, it will make it so your body cannot process the food as easily if you do accidentally eat it. And that could be dangerous. Like for me, it made me really sick. Chaotic says I'm gonna first try to stop eating meat, so first become vegetarian and then later I'm gonna when I'm better financially become a vegan. Fortunately, vegan food is not accessible for people who are poor. That's fair. And yeah, I think kind of lowering the amount of meat that you eat is always a good thing. I think it always is. And that's something that's like really important, you know? Especially since it's so expensive. I only eat meat like most of the time I eat it like only in the evenings and not even every evening, just every once in a while. How many cats do I have in here now? Yeah. Oh, you see him stretching me. He's so cute, my. I love him. Yeah. Maybe we could talk about that, like the animal industry and agriculture, but I've talked about this is what I talked about a couple of years ago. So I already have like some sources for it. I didn't do React content though, so I didn't like oh my god. I'm sweating. You gross. I touched it too. You I'm kidding. It's not that bad. Hmm. I don't know, what else could we talk about today? So far, this has been a pretty like chill conversation for me. Let's see. I do have to go pee though. So I will be back. I'll be back. Think of like anything else you want to talk about too. I'm gonna reply to this first. Yeah, that would be a nice topic to discuss. Talk about how factory farming works globally and philosophy started to consider animals as moral agents. That's a heavy stream. It'd be a good test though. I have so many resources for this, bro. So many. As part of the propaganda machine I grew up in. Peter Singer. Peter Singer is good. There's lots of like different documentaries about it. It's yeah. There's a lot. There's like a lot of stuff that goes into it. Yeah. I'm afraid that if I like mess around in it, I'll want to go like vegetarian again. But then I'm like, it'll be a good test. It'll be good. It'll be a good thing. Maybe in a couple months. But yeah. Do you have any other topics that would be interesting? Because I think that was a good idea. So food, mental health, or at least like political, relationship and social, cultural relationship with mental health. That'd be a better kind of like synopsis. Like what else? What else? Think while or at least tell me while I go pee, and I'll come back and read it. Damn! Did you hear me pee? Oh, maybe you guys did. That'd be awkward. I don't think you guys could hear me pee. I do have a solid stream, so like, I'm kidding. You didn't hear me? Well, I was reacting to what you said. You can talk about the death penalty globally and its relation to human rights. That is such a hot topic. That is such a hot topic, yo. You didn't hear me pee? Oh, nice. Nice. I feel like some of you guys would lie to me and say that you did or didn't when you... I don't trust it. It's okay. I'm too lazy to like watch the VOD most of the time. I actually haven't really watched one of my VODs since I started streaming. People say you should do that sometimes to get a gauge of your content, but man, you love hot topics? Yeah. So do most people on Twitch. Death penalty history is interesting. Hmm. Okay. I'm curious about how that's gonna work here in America. Oh no! I didn't make it over the gate. Ah shit, I'm not gonna throw it that way anymore. I'm just gonna keep missing and my dogs are gonna sit there and be sad. Okay, those are good topics. George in the past has requested that I do more things on like World War I, World War II, the Cold War, and I think it's like the 7-Day War or something. Similar to that. Cold War is interesting. Oh, it never ended though. That's something that I don't really talk about a lot because it literally never ended. Like, we still have nations who heavily rely on nukes. And if you don't want to be like colonized by another nation or fucked up by like a higher like a nation that has more power than you have to be like, ooh, look, I got nukes. It's always like a big thing. It's always a justification to like harm another nation, even if they do or do not have it in their reserves. Which is like a whole nother discussion. Most countries don't even have the infrastructure to create it or have it there super long term. And like, oh my god, that's a whole different conversation. We could dive into it, but we have talked about it a bit. It just never ended. It's annoying because like, the nuclear, there are some nuclear agreements that are going to expire. Trump talked about it this morning, actually, before flying away on his helicopter to go to the airport. I think maybe it was before he was playing Red. I don't know. I was listening to it. I wasn't really watching. But yeah, that's gonna expire. Trump was using it as like a, what are we gonna do? You know, countries better like worry about us because it's gonna expire. Very little country, or very few countries that have nukes. I think it's only like 2 countries actually have hard lines about when they would actually utilize nukes. North Korea, which would be like if they're provoked, or if people, any country threatened the validity of their nation, so like tried to invade or sabotage them to the point where they wouldn't be able to exist anymore, they would nuke them. So they have like harsh lines, or something against like the power of the people. No. It's if someone threatened the royal family or the people in charge, it would nuke them. Ollie Manners. He's so upset. There's that. Social life. Ollie, settle. I'm gonna close the door because he's so upsetty. But yeah, the Cold War is interesting. The more research you do into like nuclear power and stuff like that, the more intriguing it is. I think there's a couple more videos that have been like released recently about it. I haven't really watched them though, so I don't really watch Johnny Harris because he's kind of a Zionist. I don't support those people, but I know he posted about it. And I'm assuming he probably talks about like atomic energy or some shit like that in it. I saw it in my feed and I was like, oh, you're still making content after that? Well, I mean, obviously you are, but yeah. But we'll see. And there's also another country that has like more restrictions. I think it's, what do you call it? maybe like, I think it's Pakistan? It would be like, if you do, they have like a hard line of like, if you do this, then we'll nuke you or whatever. No. Oh yeah, that's why them and India have so much like nuclear conflict. Or not nuclear conflict, like physical or, actual combat. Because they have more like lines in the sand about what would happen. Which is why they're more comfortable going into direct combat with each other. I researched this in 2016. I still remember my noggin. Some shit. We can also talk about the advances in science since the 19th century have created lots of issues, such as creation of nukes, biological weapons, and how under development texts such as genetic engineering and AI are going to influence conflict. So far, genetic engineering isn't necessarily feasible. Aside from like radiation and stuff like that, obviously that's like a whole different thing. Well, actually, no, I was wrong. There are ways you can genetically engineer people. But it was not via like, I changed this about your DNA and this happens. It's more like circumstantial stuff. So like if you put someone through a set of circumstances, you can change their brain. Oh, by the way, there's going to be an ad in 2 minutes. It's not going to be for 2 minutes. It's going to be for a minute and a half, and I believe you can do the math. Yeah. Maybe in the future we'll be able to like alter DNA. Like current DNA that someone has. But mostly that's all in the brain. That's what people call like lots of different things. CIA, it's usually manipulation based though. Or gaslighting. That will fuck someone up. You can actually drive someone to the point of insanity where they show signs of having severe mental health problems if you invalidate their lived experience enough. So if someone tells you over and over again, like, oh, like if you feel bad about something or you're hurt and they just invalidate your experience and they say, oh no, well that didn't happen or that didn't hurt you and stuff, and you don't have enough people around you who can like validify or validate your experience, then you actually start going crazy. And people have like temporary psychosis and stuff. It fucks people up. And people who know that are very manipulative. And then people can get like hospitalized and put on medication that they shouldn't be on because they were put to that extent and didn't have anyone validate their emotions. That's also something that causes people to develop disorders like borderline personality disorder, severe post-traumatic stress disorder, and so on and so forth. The CIA and other industries will use that against people. The IDF does. The Nazis did it too. It was part of their experiments. It is horrible. I think the dudes are home now. You can hear the dogs. Borka, 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 borka. I'll even like pick people up if they try to come in the house too, without like us here. Or especially if we're like sleeping and they're outside, he freaks the fuck out. He's a little watchdog. He lays on me every single night, and he watches the windows and the doors, and he'll wake me up if there's anything outside. But yeah, so nukes. Nukes. Yeah. Let's see. Biological weapons. That's an interesting one. I wouldn't mind diving deeper into that because America used biological weapons in North Korea, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, and one could say in some of our like CIA scandals and stuff like that, even against their own people. I know. Are you tired? I wish the dogs were sleeping. Oh, you're referencing what I was talking about. Yeah. Genetic engineering is really interesting too. Some people think it's gonna be like the Terminator and stuff. I doubt. That would be crazy. I love popcorn. It's so good. I got onto this from one of my old friends. Every time I'd hang out, she would always have white cheddar popcorn. And we would eat it and watch like random TV shows. Popcorn is so delicious. It's one of the main products out of Nebraska. We have a shit ton of popcorn. You can even go to like stores and stuff like that and they'll give you free popcorn here. Not every store does it anymore. A lot of them stopped because of like food safety regulations. It makes me sad. I miss going to like a hardware store and just getting popcorn. I'm walking around and like picking out different things. And a lot of gardening centers had it too. It was really cool. It was a key part of my childhood. So I love popcorn so much. I just don't like how it gets in my teeth. We got 20 more minutes, babes. What else? I'm gonna fill up the time. Things will be a little bit more structured once we get into the school year. I've had so much crazy shit happening. That's been hard. Yum yum yum. Yum yum. Yum 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 yum. 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 Yum 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 yum. I think after this, I might get pizza. And tomorrow, I'm gonna be so bloated. I'm gonna fart a lot. I'm gonna do a lot of public facing stuff too. How gross. But what about talking about eugenics historically? I mean, I kind of already did that. George says somebody say pizza? Yeah. I love me some pizza. America's had eugenics. Lots of European countries have had it too. Incest was really popular. Andrew's back. Hello.
You want to come see a Porsche?
Okay, wait. Is he still here?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh my God. Wait, no. Just come here. Do you want to get pizza with?
We will once it's done, yeah.
Like all of us?
Sure.
Yeah. Do you just want like Domino's, or do you just want to go to the store and pick up a frozen one?
Eh, whatever works. Once you're done with stream, we can figure it out.
They say hi.
Hi, Jack.
Okay, now go. We'll work on the car in a bit. We have a car to work on that is gonna be in my driveway for a bit. I might post like a little mini YouTube video about it. I have to put it in my garage though. We have a radiator we have to replace. It's a I'm gonna leave the car a surprise. I think I already spoiled it a while ago, but no, I haven't. It's not my car though. It's my friend's car. I'm gonna drive it though. Once it's fixed up a little bit more. I'm gonna drive it at least once or twice. So after this I'm gonna have to go get pizza. That'll be good. So it's not air cooled. Josie, do you think about moving? George knows it's an 80s. It's an 80s car. I'll probably we'll see. I might make some content on it. I probably will. I probably won't stream it though. Oh, he's just gonna keep barking. It's 80s. Do you think about moving to another state or do you want to stay in Nebraska? Fuck no, I'm not staying here. I think if I were to stay here, it would destroy my career. Honestly. 1 second. Can you close the door? And like help calm him down?
I'm trying.
We have to close 3 layers of doors. At least a photo of it. Oh yeah, no, I'll show like a video. Maybe we'll react to it on stream. That'll be so awkward if I film a video and we react to it together. It'll be cool though. It'll be cool. It'll be a good excuse for me to use my video editing software again, so. Because I have other content I'm planning on doing in the future. I don't have enough like people around me to do like lives. What color is it? Red. Like my shirt. That's why I'm wearing red today. Technically, I'm wearing maroon. But it's cool. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll move. Maybe I won't. I'm not super committed to it. Like, if I can, like, make my life work here, it'd be disappointing, but the likelihood of me staying, though, is really dependent on, like, who I'm with at the time. Because I don't do distance, so, you know, if anything like that happens, then, Or, I don't know. I'd move for love or a career. But most places I'd be happy in. Unless it's, like, really dark, like Alaska or, like, Northern Europe. I would not do good there. Always barking a lot. Because they just brought the car in. It's going in the garage. I don't even think it's red. I think it's black. I don't even know. I haven't looked at it. It might be a black car. No! I'll have to wait and see. I think I want to live where it's warm. But I'm not going to jinx it. I don't have plans. Anyways. What else, y'all? Yeah, it's going to be in the garage, so. I don't feel comfortable having it, out. Yeah, you're a beach baby. You need the sun. I know. I'm a summer baby. I do a lot better in the heat. Oh my god, and people are freaking out over the corn sweat and stuff. They're like, it's so humid. Like, I was outside today, and I was, like, walking, and I had to, like, you know, catch the bus to work and stuff like that. And my coworker was like, how the fuck do you handle, like, doing all that stuff, like, outside in the heat? And I'm just like, oh, it's okay. It does not bother me. I sweat a little bit if I'm, like, moving too fast, but I just walk slower. I wear my sunscreen. My light layers. And it's good. People are like, you're insane. People actually tell me I'm insane for, like, doing things outside here. And I'm just like, Okay. Yeah, I didn't really live in a place with AC for a bit too, so. Like 3 years. And now that I have air conditioning, I'm like, please, I don't want to live without it. Don't make me leave air conditioning again. It's not like I like not having it, but it's just it's hard. You know? It's hard living without it for too long. Yeah, I'm gonna have pizza tonight. We're probably gonna do like a fire or something outside, something cool. And I'm so excited to work on the car. It was my first time working on a car like this too. Oh. It's not a 911 though. I wish it was. Good I mean. I do like German cars. A lot of people don't like them though. I'm like, how do you not like them? But I'm low-key more of a I really like my Japanese cars though. It's so much better. What model? I think it's can't recall. It's a 944. I think it's a I don't know if it's an 80. I think it's an 87. 87 944. Maybe it's an 85. It might be an 85. I can't remember what years, but it has the pop-up headlights, and you know I'm like a slut for pop-up headlights. I'm like, yeah. I mean, honestly, the only thing I might do some stuff to it. I'm definitely gonna drive it. I eventually want one. I would rather have like a 911, but those are pricey. If I get rich, y'all, I'm gonna start working on cars, and I'm gonna learn a lot more about cars. This is like a fucking promise. Like, I pinky promise this shit. If I get rich, we're working on cars. And then I'm just gonna have like different people here. Josie, how many tattoos do you have? A few, quite a few. But yeah. Oh yeah, I think it's an 87 944, which is pretty black, I believe. I could be wrong. But yeah, it's obviously going in the garage because one is Porsche, two, I don't want anyone fucking with it. And they're like, we can just have it out. And I'm like, no. You fucking crazy? No. Oh, I have so many plans for different cars, though. It'd be so fun. Future stuff. I am gonna do it, though. 100%. I'm not gonna talk about it because if I talk about it, I jinx it and it may not happen. So as long as I keep it vague, it can happen. Well, maybe it won't. It probably will. It probably will. Let's see. George says, yeah, the 944 is a good looking car. I know, it's so sexy. Japanese cars are fun. I had a 1972 Datsun 240Z when I was younger. Oh, those are sexy. I like those cars. I really like yachts. I want to get a Miata eventually. Honestly, I can drive. Oh, that is so sexy. Stop. Anyways, bye, Chaotic. Have fun. And I don't know how many tattoos I have, honestly. I got them all done like all at once for the most part for reasons. Yeah, have fun. I'm gonna be heading out in like the next 7 minutes, so you're not missing out on anything. And you can watch it on YouTube. So maybe the YouTube video will be like bad or something. Maybe it'll be good. If it is, oh my god, what the fuck? Dream come true, right? History, cars, politics, psychology. My stream is so like chaotic. Oh, you subscribed to my YouTube? Thank you! I was gonna do like little vlog updates things there. I was like, isn't that cheesy? Because I used to do that on my old channel. I had a whole series that was supposed to be about vulnerability. And yeah. It was more of like a project that I had for myself so I could work on shit. And yeah, I needed to do it to like get to the point where I was like, okay. It was just important for me. Holy fuck, I'm not gonna talk about it too much. Ooh, I think I should be done with the popcorn. Damn, I'm a choke. Ugh. I'm so dick. No, I'm sorry. Inappropriate. Sometimes I feel like it's okay for me to make jokes as long as I'm not trying to like make it at you or talk to you about like personal things like that. You know, like I want to be like Colleen Ballinger, like what? Yeah. George says hydrate, hydrate or dihydrate. Okay. Oh, I'm also gonna be sending you the letter the next time I go to the post office. So I'll pick up the parcel and then I'll send it through the post and hopefully hopefully you'll be satisfied. Yeah, I'm drinking Mio and water. We'll see how it goes though. Yeah, but we're gonna work on it. I think we're gonna replace some parts, which I think it'll be fun. I like working on cars with people. I hate working on cars by myself. That's like the whole. I should have a package on Monday to pick up. Hey, okay, Jesus, you're spoiling me. Holy fuck. This has been a lot of work for me to start being more comfortable with people like giving me things and like doing stuff. So holy shit. I want you to know that I'm like I'm grateful. It freaks me out sometimes because I'm like, holy fucking shit, this is insane to me. Um, but yeah. Remember, you'll need it before cooking shrimp. Oh, what the fuck? Did you give me a mixer? I swear to God, if you got me a mixer, I'll mix it up. I'm sorry. Memes. Yeah, remember, like, I was talking about Hulk Hogan on Wednesday, and then he died the next day. I have really bad timing. Every time I mention someone, it's like they die or they're like a figure in the news or media in the next like it's not every time. It just feels like that. I know. I'm not like cursed. It's not like Trisha Paytas, where every time she has a baby, it's like a reincarnation. Oh, it's a sharpener for the knives. Andrew's gonna be so jealous. He's gonna nut though. He's gonna be like, oh, holy fuck. Because we've been debating buying one for a bit, but it's hard. It's hard because we just keep like going like, well, it still works. Yeah, do you need a mixer? No. That was the last thing I remember us talking about. I like mixing things by hand on stream. I like everything, well, for the most part, being more accessible to people. That's my excuse too. Uh, I also don't need too much stuff because I'll have to move, and I have to take all this with me. So most things that are modular I can take with, but I don't know how soon I'm gonna move though. Probably not super soon. I got you the same one I have to sharpen my knives. Oh, that'll be good. Thank you. I'm excited to try it out. Ah, there we go. I need a chopstick. Yeah, GC, my, he's so happy. We have another minute, so I'm really excited about that. I think that'll be it. And he's stretching. He knows it's time to go. He's like, Mommy's ready. I'm ready too. And I want to go like before the ad comes because I always hate the ad. It makes me feel bad. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, but today was a good conversation. I had a really good time, and I'm really excited. We're going to have Have fun. Oh, it's a hand model. It comes with cut resist gloves too. Oh, that is so nice because, oh my god. I want you to know that I've accidentally stabbed myself a couple of times on accident because I'm clumsy as hell. I use like these tape things to like tape my butt. Okay, only one time though. Only one time. I accidentally stabbed my leg. And I had to use like the tape thing to put it all together. But I'm gonna use it to sharpen my hair shears. Maybe I won't. I should probably just get new shears for my hair. I don't know. Maybe I don't need to. I have to give myself a haircut soon. I'm gonna wait until after it's starting to curl more again. The I need to go back to doing what I used to. Because I get out of the shower now and Andrew's like, your hair is curly. And I'm like, because it's not like good curly. It's just like mildly curly and it makes me mad. Let me know if it doesn't sharpen your knife. It also sharpens scissors too. Oh, okay, cool, cool. Well, I mean, I'll probably do it in front of you. Andrew will probably want to do it in front of you. I'll make him do it in front of you. I'll make him show you. Put on a show, bitch. He's got to work for it, baby. Tell me you got to work. Work. I'm sorry, I gotta go. This is not the demographic I do that with. But yeah. I guess it's time for me to go. I guess it's time for me to go now. Okay. Well, I will try to have all of my VODs up as soon as possible. I think that'll make life a lot easier for everybody. But yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll be here tomorrow for my random fish tank cleaning stream, which is going to be weird. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but yay! Sleep well, stay safe, stay alive, and just... Oh, fuck.